Thank you very much, Douglas. Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, welcome to our panel discussion for today, our roundtable discussion on challenging religious extremism in the Nusantara. Of course, this event is jointly organized by the Islamic Renaissance Front and Nottingham University and the Institute for Policy Research. I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Ahmad Musa, who's founder and director of the Islamic Renaissance Front in Malaysia, our own Professor Zaharum Nain, director of the Center for the Study of Communications and Culture, and of course, our moderator for today, Dr. Maryam Zakyah from the IRF, and our panelists, Ms. Alissa Wahid, who is the founder and national coordinator of Gusdurian Network, Mr. Ahmad El-Muhammady, who is an Islamic Studies and Political Science lecturer at the International Islamic University of Malaysia, and of course, Ms. Dina Zaman herself, the founding member and executive director for IMAN Research. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly an honor for me to stand here this afternoon to address all of you who have come to participate in the most thought-provoked and timely issue of the day, the rise of religious extremism. I believe this is a bold move by our hardworking organizers who have placed their duty where it rightly belongs, to reach many with insights into reasons for this new glaring phenomena. To the organizers, allow me to assure you that indeed what is true and right must be true and right for all. This, I believe, is the basis of why we have assembled here, to indeed echo this message of history in all its timeless wisdom, that we are all common in our struggle and journey in this one life and one earth. Today, we discuss why and how this preposterous issue has come about, and we are challenged to find answers. The whole world is adrift in this tide and crusade to pacify this new awakening, to appease and comprehend the evil and tyranny that this challenge presents. Where does this fanaticism come from? We would certainly like to uncover this truth, painful as it may be. Some years back, and I'd just like to share this with you, as I traveled, I actually chanced upon a black church congregation praying in their own style. It was a thrilling experience for me to watch them shout about and dance, and yet sing with fervor in their own religious style. Honestly, that was to me, at that time, the nearest I would encounter extremism of this kind. Today, this fervor has reached a feverish pitch, except it has morphed into the nightmare that it has become. People are willing to die for their belief. They are willing to kill innocent others with them, and yet, when confronted, they do not know what they are doing it for. Does our disdain for life show up in these raw, extremist, cruel ways that make us envious, perhaps, of what our neighbor has? Like you, I am actually also tasked to ask myself, where have we all gone wrong? And is it fixable? Are we devoid of our minds that the age-old proverb perhaps hold true, that empty vessels of this kind are easiest to fill? Ladies and gentlemen, intolerance, as they say, is the besetting sin of moral fervor. Obviously, any religious person will value life, cherish the journey, and indeed appreciate that there are others who cannot and perhaps should not think like us. God, in his compendious wisdom, cleverly made us all different. Could this fervor stem from religious education? It is time to look within us and tell ourselves the truth. Is geography and history such a harsh teacher that as humans we keep repeating our mistakes? Does our territory and territorial claims bear some blame for what is happening? in our societies. Ladies and gentlemen, we know today that economic imbalances, unfair social structures, unjust income disparity also aggressively contribute to these new behavioral patterns. Or could it just be a holier-than-thou attitude that stems perhaps from mine is better than yours, I can, you cannot? These are surely the attitudes that our panelists and our distinguished guests here will explore in this august and forthright forum. At the end, as we explore what is close to us in Nusantara land, we are aware of what recently happened in Indonesia with an ex-mayor. We also see with our very own eyes what is now transpiring in the USA, where people are unfairly judged for what they believe in, rather than what we commonly ascribe to. Balance and weigh these two examples, and therein, perhaps, lies the madness that is fast overtaking community at literally breakneck speed. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, it gives me great honor to share my thoughts with you. I know I will leave this assembly at the close of this forum more alert and aware of the issues and challenges that we face because of each of you. You have come here to share your valued views, and we will respect and cherish that opinion, for you are all as special as the person next to you. In conclusion, let us keep in mind that those who pray with faith have fervor, and fervor is the fire of true prayer. Yet, this mysterious fire has the power of consuming all our faults and imperfections, and generously gives to all our actions vitality, beauty, and merit. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all pleasant and fruitful deliberations. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Jalan, for the very warm welcoming speech. Okay. Today I'm going to introduce, first of all, the biography of our speakers for today. So, thank you for coming. So, on my right is Alissa Wahid. She is the founder and national coordinator of Gusdurian Network, a vast network of activists in Indonesia. It engages thousands of activists and supporters with affiliate communities in more than 100 cities. As a value-based network, it concentrates on values of humanity, justice, liberation of any kind of oppression, and peace. And currently, the network focuses on issues of multiculturalism, democracy, and human rights. She is the eldest daughter of the late President of Indonesia, Abdul Rahman Wahid, also known as Gus Dur, and she is well known for her social media campaign on many human rights issues, while working endlessly at the grassroots level, supporting various causes, various cases of marginalized groups and discriminations. She is currently working on initiatives to counter violent extremism through interfaith youth projects, and she is also involved in Nusantara movement to promote peaceful Islam, and she is also an Eisenhower Fellow for Women's Leadership Program 2015. Okay, in the middle is Mr. Ahmad El-Muhammady. He is the lecturer of Islamic Studies and Political Science at the International Islamic University, Malaysia, IIUM. He received his BA in 2004 and MA in 2010 in Political Science from IIUM. Currently, he is a lecturer in Political Science and Islamic Studies at the Department of Human Sciences, while working on a doctorate at the International Institute of Islamic Thought, ISTEC, Kuala Lumpur. So his research mainly focused on extremist ideology and terrorism in Malaysia. So in 2011, Mr. Ahmad was appointed as a panelist in the Royal Malaysia Police Special Rehabilitation Program for Militant Detainees. Okay. He has been a regular public speaker on the issue of militancy and terrorism in Malaysia to government agencies, civil society groups, and the law enforcement and intelligence community. And the last, but not the least, is Dina Zaman. She is the founding member and executive director for IMAN Research, an NGO. She has a master's degree in creative writing from University of Manchester, UK, an honour degree in communication from Western Michigan University, United States. Okay. She has written a book on Muslim Malaysians titled I Am Muslim, and covers Muslim life in her columns for Malaysia Kini. The Malaysia Insider, and Malay Mail Online. So she was a recipient of the Nippon Foundation Asian Public Intellectual Fellowship in 2012. And her research was a comparative study on saints in Indonesia and Malaysia. So she is currently compiling her published essays for a new book. She has been in the media for over 20 years, serving as editor at MalaysiaKini.com and Malaysian Insider. She also has a background in corporate communication and believes that research, advocacy, and journalism can be utilized in a multimedia platform that will serve the policymakers, governments, and media owners. So, all over the world, there has been a rise of extremism and arguments based on religion, be it Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Islam, and any other faith, to justify acts of violence and discriminations. So there have been a complex series of psychological, political, historical, and theological factors that have been attributed to trigger such a behavior. So Malaysia and Indonesia, which is us, is home to the world's largest Muslim population, also known as the Nusantara. We are no stranger to Islamist extremism. History has it that the Al-Qaeda-linked Jemaah Islamiyah JI have staged a large-scale attack on 11 churches in 2000, and then the Bali bombings in 2002, which have killed 202 people. But now it seems that Indonesia have been facing a new threat. 22 groups have pledged allegiance to ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, and today ISIS have taken over the space in Indonesia, which previously have been dominated by Jemaah Islamiyah and Al-Qaeda affiliates. So some have attributed this ISIS propaganda online. It's online propaganda as a powerful recruitment of tool, and out of 3,000 pro-ISIS websites in the Southeast Asia, over 70% originated from Indonesia. That was the reason why over 600 Indonesians were believed to have traveled to ISIS-held territories in the Middle East. Okay. What is more worrying is that based on PEW survey, Malaysian Muslims are more likely than Indonesian Muslims to consider suicide bombing justifiable, which is 18% versus 7%. So Malaysian Muslims, they think that it is justified to use suicide bombing. Okay. So the question is, what really drives these people to have this kind of motivation? Could it be that due to the school systems in Malaysia that resonates with the ISIS worldview that there is an us versus them world order, or having grown up with a state-sanctioned view of intolerance towards non-Muslim, towards non-Malay, that have made these young people find ISIS ideology so easy to accept. These are the issues that will be addressed, discussed, and debated during this roundtable discussion. So I ask all of you to jointly welcome the three speakers. I will hand over the floor to our first speaker, which is Alissa Wahid.